Hey everybody, happy Good Friday. Today is Friday, April 10th. Going to be running you through Omnia's online workout for today. So to go, and we're going to be building off of last week's workout. So we're going to go with 2 power cleans, and then we're going to do 2 overhead push jerks. For the strength portion today, we're going to build that into a 5-minute, every minute on the minute, those 2 power cleans plus 2 push jerks overhead. And then for your workout today is just going to be a straight up cardio workout today. We're going to do 25 minutes, just running as much distance as possible for that. So real quickly here, I'll take you through a quick warm up, work through some points of performance on the power clean and jerks, and then just a couple of quick tips for you on the run today. Looking forward to seeing you guys hopefully back in the gym soon, and have a great Good Friday. All right, so for warm-up today, we're going to go through a 600 to 800 meter run, equivalent of about up to close to half a mile for a run today. For this, I want you guys slowly increasing the speed about every quarter of the way through it. So about every 150 to 200 meters, start to pick up the speed. Should start with just a nice, slow, easy, light jog, and should be working up to a pretty vigorous pace by the end of that. Hopefully get us to understand kind of where we can go in between breathing-wise and where our aerobic threshold is for during the run today for today's workout. Then after that, we're going to go into 3 rounds for the warm-up here. You're going to have 15 kettlebell swings. It's going to be Russian style, so we're just going up to about shoulder height here. We're going to do 20 pike position alternating shoulder taps. We're going to do 10 alternating lunge jumps, and then we're going to finish with 10 hollow rocks. So we're going to do that 3 times through for that. So a couple of things with it. For the Russian kettlebell swings, we don't do these too often. Really, we want all the focus coming from behind our butt here. So we want to use our pull from our hamstrings and our glutes to get that kettlebell up, and we're just going to come to about right here. So just show you guys a couple reps. Make sure that that weight's sticking in nice and tight in between the hips every single time between reps there. We really want to make sure that we're coming through that. We're not bending down at the back. It's just tucking in right between the crotch, and then we're using those hips and glutes to squeeze, bring that weight back up for it. For the pike position, shoulder taps. Want to get into almost like that downward dog position that we do for stretching. So you should feel a nice stretch in the hamstring, and then just back and forth. Gonna alternate until you get up to 20 total with that. For the lunge jumps, don't need to be the highest jump possible, but we want to start getting a little spring, get a little power out of that step. So there should be some air time coming out of each of those lunges. And then lastly, with the hollow rocks, you can do them with toes staying completely extended. You can use a knee in or both knees in, and then hands extended overhead. Really want to make sure we keep the lower part of our back flat, and then we're keeping our core tight throughout. Also, everything is engaged, so we want to make sure shoulders are tight and engaged, quads are tight and engaged as well too, as our toes are pointing out for that. All right, so for strength portion this week, it's very similar to last week. Today we're going to have 2 power cleans though and 2 overhead push jerks. So if you're using a barbell, obviously you're going to be doing those 2 power cleans, touch and go each time, and then to your 2 push jerks overhead. If you're going to be using any sort of odd object or kettlebell like I'm using, then it's going to be 2 reps of each per side per round with that. So we're going to go through, we want to build up to about 90% of a max working weight there. After you find out that 90% is with it, then we're going to go into a 5 minutes, every minute on the minute, and we're going to do 2 of those power cleans and 2 overhead push jerks. Just a reminder from last week on a couple of ways that we want to do the movement. First off, similar to when we have our Russian kettlebell swings, all that power is coming from the hips when we're bringing that up. So we really want to make sure we get to that full extension piece first with shoulders coming up before we drive to get underneath the barbell, odd object, whatever it may be. So just a couple of reps here to show. And then stand it up each time. For the push jerks, same thing as last week too. We really want to make sure that we got that small dip drive, so we're only dropping about 2 inches each time here. Torso is going to stay upright too, so we're not going to fall forward when we go into that dip. And then as we go up, as the barbell weight, odd objects going up, we just drive to catch underneath, stabilize, and then stand it up each time. So just a couple reps to see here. All right, so for the last piece of today's workout, we have a 25-minute run for distance. A lot of you are probably wondering how far that actually should be. On average, I'm saying for a consistent runner, that should be somewhere around where a 5K run would be. So it would be about 3.2 miles. I would shoot to try to finish somewhere in between that 3 to 4 mile range if you can. It depends how experienced of a runner you are, though. Ideally, from a pacing standpoint, if you guys know your 1 mile max run time, we should probably pace at about 85% off of that, or whatever your goal distances that you have for this. First mile should be at a little bit more of a moderately fast pace, settle into your even pace, and then kick it into overdrive for about the last 2 to 3 minutes or so during the run. If you're needing something to track distance for this, I recommend Map My Run. It's the running app that I've been using to track my distances for runs. I know there's plenty of them out there, though, so you can go to the App Store and check them out. But overall for this, just try to stay at a consistent pace. Do whatever you can to avoid walking, even if you need to slow down to a very slow, moderate pace jog at that. But try to stay consistently moving throughout the whole piece of this. Hopefully for you, now that we haven't been in the gym, you guys have been running some more. This should serve as a good kind of test point to see where you're at from your overall cardiovascular abilities from running. So go out there, have fun, put on some good jams, and enjoy your Friday.